Hey guys, it seems like it's been a while since we've been on here. My name's Gavin Jones. I'm the president of NORE. And tonight, we just want to go through the auction. We have our annual auction coming up on May 3rd. So I know there's been a lot of questions, how we run it, some new features. I just kind of wanted to go through some things. So let's let a couple more people join in here and then we'll get going. But yeah, like I said, May 3rd is our annual reef auction. It'll be at Missing Falls Brewery. So that's the same place we did our membership kickoff. We've had several events there. We decided to move from the church to the brewery. This gives you guys the chance. It's a restaurant. It's a brewery. There'll be a cash bar. The kitchen will be open. So while you're bidding on your stuff, you can order food, get some drinks. That'll all be available for you. If at any time we're going along here, you have any questions, feel free to leave your questions in the comments. We'll answer them. If you have questions, how should you bag your stuff? How should you label it? We'll go over labeling, but anything auction related, anything NORE related, really, ask your questions and we'll get those answered for you. But we're just going to go over, what the auction is, what you need to do to be a seller, what you need to do to be a buyer, and give you guys the information and stuff you need to know when we show up. So first off, I mentioned, where it's at, when it is. Let's talk about buying. So you show up, you register at the table to be a bidder. You'll get a bidder number. You'll get a little card, and it'll have a place where you can write down all the items that you win. Then at the end, you'll cash out, and then we'll send you over to the item table, and you'll be able to pick up your stuff there. Must check out before you leave, and you're not getting your stuff without doing it. If you leave your stuff, we're gonna hold on to it, and then it's gonna become a donation into one of our normal meetings. So make sure you stop and get your stuff. Cash and card will accept whichever you want to bring. I know those who are budget minded, maybe it's best to bring cash. So once you run out, you don't spend any more. But we will be accepting debit card, credit card, however you want to pay. We'll be accepting that. Now for sellers, a couple of different changes here this year. In the previous years, we've done individual items, and I know last year we had close to 198 items. And it took a while. So in the interest of speeding things up, keeping things lively, we're going to change things up a bit. Each seller will be allowed to have 15 lots. And in those lots, you can have as many items as you want. So bundle up your stuff. If you have a couple items, that fit well together, throw five items together and that'll be one lot. So five by 15, your max. Look, I'm no math whiz, but that ends up being a lot of items. You can just have 15 lots total. NORE will assign the lot numbers, so don't worry about lot numbers. The big thing to worry about here is how they are labeled. It's important to label each item so we can track it with the lots and get it properly to the winning bidder. So here's a little example of how your items will need to be labeled. First off, you see, like this is something like I would do. GMJ is my initials. That is my seller number. So the GMJ is my seller number, and then the 01 is my item number. Then below that would be the name of the item. So, for example, a ludicrous chalice. It could be a mind trick Zoa. It could be a 24K torch. So whatever your item is there. Below that, I would suggest putting the scientific name. Not required, but if you know it and you like to use it, put the scientific name under that. And if it's something that maybe has multiple polyps, so if this is a torch or a hammer, maybe underneath of that put two polyps, two heads. That way we know specifically what is in the bag. If you're doing fish and you know it's a male wrasse, you know it's a male Melanaris wrasse, you know, put male down below. That way we know. So if you know the sex of the fish, put that on the label as well. But like I said, each individual item has to have an item number, even if you have multiple items in a single lot. And again, Nori will assign the lot numbers. You just worry about bundling stuff together and getting the item numbers on there. Items that aren't legible, you know, the labels aren't legible or doesn't have uh, an item number or missing label, those will become a donation. We'll auction those off in lots at the end. Um, if you would just like to bring something to donate, you don't want to get anything out of it, just mark your item DON. So instead of putting your seller name and the item number, just mark it DON and then do everything else the same with the name, how many pieces are in there, how many polyps, and we'll go from there. We appreciate donations. So if you have anything you want to get rid of, you don't want necessarily want anything back from it, feel free to bring it. It is the seller's responsibility to ensure everything is labeled. We'll be there, you know, we'll be checking things out to make sure, you know, we want your stuff in and we want you to, you know, to get your cut, you know, so we'll help you out. But in the end, it is the seller's responsibility. If you've been to our auction in the past, you know we use the 4-color table system. So when you check in, if you have, say, 12 lots, that's easy math for me. You have 12 lots, you'll be given 3 stickers of each color. So I believe we use red, green, blue, and yellow. You'll be given 3 stickers of each color. It's your choice how you want to divide those up, but you need to put a sticker on every item. And then that item, the lots will go on that color table. And we'll decide ahead of time what table is going to go first. And then maybe we'll have some fun deciding which table will go second, third, you know, and so on. But you'll get those stickers, and you just need to make sure those get on your items, and then they get on the proper table. For general stuff, we don't have any minimum bids. So we'll open the auction, the bid at our discretion at whatever price we see fit. And I don't mean we're just going to say, oh, this is a $200 coral. Let's start it off at $5 and sell it for 15. What I mean is, if it's something that's going to sell for $45, maybe we'll open it at 5 or 10. If it's something that's going to sell a little bit more, we know we'll open it a little higher. But Nori will set that starting bid. Once an item is entered, it can't be withdrawn unless, and this is something new for this year, it is a protected lot. So to encourage you guys to bring the higher end stuff, we've introduced what we're calling protected lots. And what that means is you can request a reserve price on the item. And you do that at check-in. You saying, hey, I want to do a protected lot at this item. So for example, that ludicrous chalice, that sells online for like $150. So say I want the reserve on it to be $100. So what I would do, and we'll make it simple math here. So say I'm a silver member, and we'll go over the splits here later, but I'm a silver member. Say I want this set at a reserve of $100, and say, awesome. Okay. You would pay the split right ahead, right away. So as a silver member, your split's 80-20. So you get 80% of the sale. Nori gets 20% of the sale. You would pay that $20 up front. But what this gets you is if it doesn't hit that reserve, you get to take it home. Now we still keep that $20, but you get to take that home, and you can, sell it on Facebook or something else. But that protects you from that item becoming a donation if it doesn't hit your reserve price. Now, say it goes for $150, you would just pay, the split. The rest of the split would come out of that $150. If you have questions about the protected items, leave them in the comments here. If you're watching this afterwards and you've got questions, shoot Nori a message, shoot me a message on Facebook. More than happy to answer all your questions however I can. What else about protected lots? So yeah, as soon as it hits that reserve, it will you'll go as a normal item, and we'll try to open protected lots at about 50 to 75% of the reserve price. So say you put a reserve price of $100 on it, uh, depending on the item, we'll open it anywhere between $50 and $75 for the starting price. For all items together, the minimum starting bid will be $5. So we won't go below that. Um, this is a reef auction, so we ask that you keep everything reef saltwater related. If you're bringing aquariums or electrical equipment, just make sure it's in good working order. We're not trying to get rid of trash here. People will come and buy it and they want to put it to use. So make sure everything is in good working order. As far as bagging or containers for your stuff, um, look, we've all bought stuff from a store. We've all bought stuff online. You've seen how it's packed. Make sure it's packed so it's not leaking. If it's adequate water, if it's fish, make sure it's in a condition container that's appropriate for the item you're bringing. If for some reason we would have to rebag it, there's just a small $5 rebagging fee, but we've done this 2 years in a row now. We've never had to rebag anything, so I have faith in you guys that we won't have to this year. As far as we talked a little bit about splits. This is where the perks of being an official NORE member jump in. If you're a gold member, the split's 85-15. Silver members is 80-20, and if you're not a member, the split is 70-30. Now, I get things will change, or change. Where did I want to go with that? I get prices vary per item. So if something doesn't reach a minimum $10 bid, we'll just keep $2 off that sale, and you'll get the rest. Now, moving toward buyers. Now, being a buyer, we've offered you a new perk this year, and we are going to be calling that our power play. So the auction will run 2 to 3 hours, and I know we've had suggestions for this in the past. Some of you stop through and see an item, but you never know when that item's going to come up. So what you can do is you can purchase a power play card. If you go to the cashier for $10, you can get this power play card, presented at the auction table, and say, hey, I want to move that lot up next. So it could be a lot on the table that we're currently working off of, or it can be a lot on a table that we haven't started working off of yet. That item will come up next. So that's the power play. New perk. Add a little bit of fun to it. Excuse me. Like I said, get that item up next. You don't have to wait for it. You don't have to be a NORE member to come to the auction to bid or to put stuff in the auction. So just I want to encourage everyone, you're in the hobby, come check it out. Whether you're selling stuff, you plan on buying quite a few things. Look, this is one of our favorite events. You get an item going, and there's quite a bit of wars going on between the biddings. So even if you don't plan on something, stop by, meet some of the people in the club, create those connections. That's what NORE is all about. So like I said, if you're going through here and you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you're watching this afterwards and you have questions, send NORE a message or send me a message. We'll get those answered for you. See, what else do I need to hit? We hit the protected lots. We hit the power play. Really, this is short and sweet. I didn't plan plan for a lot. This is kind of off the cuff to get you the information out there, um, so you know what we're doing. Like I said, if you have questions, drop them in the comments or contact us afterwards. We'll be happy to answer them for you. Oh, seller registration. So that is done online prior to the event. You can still register day of or at the event, but it's still going to be online. So you see that QR code up in the corner. You can scan that QR code. That'll take you to our events page with the registration and full list of auction rules. Um, you do need to register to be a seller. The big point of that is we take your information and then we know where to send the check to. So if you don't register, we can't send you a check because we don't have your information. So make sure you go on there, www.nore.fish/upcoming-events, or scan that QR code. You can also find it just by going to nore.fish, and you'll find that registration. Buyer registration is just in person at the event. You'll get your buyer number there. Oh, well, I'm thinking of a cool little thing happening this year. If everything goes as planned, we will have a live professional auctioneer. So keeping you on your toes and bringing that real auction atmosphere to the event this year. So let's see, is there anything else I need to cover? No, we talked about labeling, talked about 15 total lots per seller. No, I think that is it. I'm going to hang out a little bit, see if anyone jumps in here with any questions. But really, this is one of our best events. There's a lot that goes on. Like I said, last year had 198 individual items. So hopefully, this year we get similar turnout. A lot of different variety for you guys. I know we had some fish last year, some Apex equipment. We've had tanks in the past, and of course, a butt ton of coral. So, if you've got coral, you need to move. You need to make space. Especially I know this is the end of frag swap season. Oh, excuse me. If you got a little more than you should have, this is a perfect opportunity to unload a little bit of that. Or if you're looking to stock up to go and sell as a hobbyist at one of our local frag swaps, another great opportunity to stock up on your tank a little bit. But other than that, that covers everything on my end. Like I said, if you have any questions, you're watching this afterwards, feel free to shoot NORE a message on our Facebook page or shoot me a message on my personal page. I'll answer you as quickly as I can. And don't forget, May 3rd, this will be our third reef auction. Third reef auction happening on May 3rd. Registration, there are times. We talked about when and where, but we didn't talk about times. So registration will start at 1 o'clock. So that's going to be the best time to get in and bring your items. And then the first lot will go up for bid roughly around 2 o'clock. We have the venue from 2 to 7, but talking with this auctioneer, he says, we don't need that long. I can get through 70 to 90 items per hour. So this is going to move fast. It's going to be a fun time, and get that coral, sold. But I think that's all I have. So again, I hope to see everyone May 3rd, 2 o'clock for the first item, 1 o'clock for registration. If you're planning on selling, register online, nore.fish/upcoming-events. Other than that, everyone have a great night. We'll see you. Have a good one.